Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here in terrific numbers. So will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And already we're underway here. And the history of this fixture tells us always to expect the unexpected. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Marquinhos. He's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's a very valuable characteristic.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Corner number 2 then. And now a sudden chance to counter. Searching pass he's played there. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Roberto Carlos is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, and they have every right to be.
Oh, that's a key interception.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now, can they get him away? Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Xabi Alonso spots it and intercepts. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Xabi Alonso. Vinicius Junior tries from distance. Well, now it's a race for the ball. He's given the time to pick a pass. And it's Davids. Kokchu. Flamengo, so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. And he's only too happy to take that back. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Looking to play him in. That's a good run down the left. Belletti.
Flamengo are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
He's gone for goal! And he has produced there the crispest of hits.
Well, I think he's surprised himself how he managed not to hit the target then. He seemed to believe it was going in.
Cordoba. Can he get it through? Vinicius Junior looking to get on the end of this. Eto'o.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Now it's Bebeto. Oh, that was vital. Kimmich. Cruyff. No, that's been intercepted. Great vision. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Xavi Alonso aimed beyond the defence, drilled it. He's had a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
There's a certain aura about him today. Tremendous.
So, third corner of the game. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, that's well spotted. Roberto Carlos, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory, passed somewhat off target. He's in a great position here. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Eto! He's delivered all right!
Well, players of his stature just live for moments like that. Another really important contribution as we near half-time, and it can make such an impact on each mindset.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Flamengo penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
Oh, super find. And it's been given away. And that's really well manoeuvred. Now it's Cantona. Kukcu. It's Vinicius Junior. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. Flamengo have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Flamengo really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Now it's Cantona. And it's Davids. Vinicius Junior. Kukcu. Belletti. And it's Xavi Alonso. To Messi. Looking for options for movement. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Xabi Alonso. Cantona.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Roberto Carlos. Xavi Alonso. And it's Belletti. That is good alertness. Chance here to counter. Vasco da Gama are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Check claims comfortably. Oh, they can break here. It's not an especially good pass, that. Plays a shot at goal! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Well, there is that saying, Peter, that if it isn't broke, don't try and fix it. But I suppose you don't want to risk anything in a game like this.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire. Vasco da Gama really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There, just the goalkeeper to beat. Decent chance! Great idea, just poorly executed.
Well, it was probably, for him, the best option, but then again, I'm not the best judge of that.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Mbappe. And he was quick to react. Well, that has not gone well. Quality ball. Now it's Cantona. And it's Nakata. Flamengo perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Well, the manager's got a decision to make here, whether he's happy to stick or twist.
Mbappe. Pele. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Saliba kept his eye on it, and he's there. Flamengo leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. And it's Drogba! Oh, that could cost them.
That was extremely good focus from the keeper, and it could turn out to be quite a significant moment.
Corner number 4 coming up here.
Vasco da Gama really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
He's found a way through. Marquinhos attempts a clearance. Vasco da Gama have the chance to go the other way. Cannavaro calmly anticipates. Now it's Cantona. Nakata. Rijkaard promptly onto that, and that is that. Drogba. And that is as far as they're going to go. Drogba. Flamengo leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. And no, that was never going to make it. That's been cut out, well played. That pass has been well intercepted. Now it's Drogba. A searching ball out wide. Can he get onto this? Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
Vasco da Gama really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Flamengo clearly now in lead preservation mode. And that is a little undercooked. Oh, what a ball! Well, there's the clearance. And the referee brings it to a close. Perfect result, perfect outcome, a test passed with flying colours. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Flamengo really deserve a lot of credit for what I'm sure would be a real confidence-boosting win. Such a huge game being played. There were so many factors that would have got the doubters going, but I guess they'll all go a little quiet now.
My thanks to Jim. So bring it on, fresh, fervent, fevered, how it always was and how it always will be. Feel it, this is where it starts. Whatever your ambitions, a good beginning is the perfect way to get things underway. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting.
And you know, Peter, it's great to see Samuel Eto'o on the team sheet. Energetic, fast, strong, a deadly finisher, and his stamina is absolutely exceptional. He just doesn't stop running.
Quite genuine African superstar.
And usually leaves you something to remember.
There's the whistle. Adams. And it's Griezmann. Turns back here, probably the best option. And it's Iniesta. Now Davids. Davids proves just a little bit too strong. Iniesta going face to face with his great rival. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Delivered with swing. Back in once. Decent chance! He can get that clear. Cannavaro. Belletti. Now, has he got the beating of his marker here? Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. He shifted it to the flank. Now it's Simeone. Eto'o.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And that could set him on his way. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Neither side yet able to find the net. Vlasic. Oh, good spread. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Lazaro goes short. Now the cross. Tries to get it clear. It'll be a throw-in. Quality ball. Lazaro. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Iniesta. And Adams. Can he get on the end of this? Griezmann. Plays it across. He gets big! Danger averted for now. Griezmann will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Defending of the desperate variety. And that's really well manoeuvred. Now it's Ngonge. And it's Simeone. Lazaro. Casadei. Threads one in. Iniesta. And it's Cannavaro. That's Rijkaard. Belletti. And it's Davids. Casade producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Tries to play it through. The ball goes in. And it's claimed by the keeper. Lazaro. Great skill, that's nice. Tries to pass it through. Cross into the box. That's a decent clearance. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Iniesta. Cannavaro. For Iniesta. Cannavaro. And it's Iniesta. And it's Belletti. Oh, that is a nice touch. Skims. Shot a goal! That is decidedly lacking. Lazaro. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. That's a lovely, neat pass.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
No outsmarting him this time. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Solid. Very solid, actually, Peter. They haven't made much of an impression at the other end, but defensively, I think they've got an awful lot right, completely nullifying their opponents. Now they just need to focus on getting a little more creative.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. That gets things going for the second half.
Flamengo clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Driving forward. Up towards the front line. Rijkaard deals with that comfortably. Davids. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Casade. Torino finding their passes. Casade. Iniesta. And this is Eto'o. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Ngonge. Casade. The pressing's intense and it's paid off.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Well, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Cannavaro. Adams. And here's Griezmann. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, I think his job here, Peter, is going to be to reinvigorate that attack, just change the rhythm up front.
And now they can spring out of defence. Now, can they get him away? Can he latch on to this? Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Nice control. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Distributed tidily. In once more. And that has been cleared. Played it, and the shot! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Tries to get it clear. Oh, this looks sharp. And the counter is on. And it's Zapata.
Duvan Zapata really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Oh, what a ball! Goes looking wide.
Duvan Zapata really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled. It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
A probing pass. Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
Zapata looks to get on the end of this. Lazaro. Casadei. And here's Zapata. Not the most accurate pass.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Now it's Zapata. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Eto'o. Oh, he's burst through. And this is Griezmann. He rises! Just off target.
Oh, the keeper was committed the wrong way, and he could only wait and watch. Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake, or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
Casadei, nicely spread. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Drives it in. And the keeper gets his hands on it.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Iniesta. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. It's an inviting looking ball, that. And the referee brings it to a close. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone will be complaining too much about what they've got.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, there is a definite sense of occasion here as both teams square up to each other with fire in their eyes. This is a day for hope, for expectation, for renewed ambition. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We have already started here. Joe Linton gets the nod here. Anything we should note about him, Jim?
Well, Peter, we're talking about a great engine here. You think there's 2 or 3 of them on the pitch because of the sheer amount of ground he'll cover. 1 minute he's breaking up a counter-attack in the opposition half, and the next he's making a tackle just outside his own box. The kind of player who does all the ugly work.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. And it's Cristiano. He's having a go! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Flamengo have the chance to go the other way. Pelé. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Drogba. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Recife have their second corner now. Flamengo are looking to go forward now. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And it's Messi. Decent chance! Oh, he's been caught. And another try! Goal! Recife! And Recife are in front. More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
Recife are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
He's not played the ball, that's a foul. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. That's a pretty loose pass. And that is as far as they're going to go. Not the most accurate pass. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Now it's Drogba. Cristiano Ronaldo. And here's the chance to counter. Cannavaro gets over and intercepts, looking to play him in.
Flamengo really can't go chasing this game too soon.
Good effort from distance. Oh, denied brilliantly.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
So, third corner of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter. Nice control. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. He's shaping up to have a crack from here. And this the perfect opportunity to create a cushion between them. Rafinha! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Messi. Drogba. That is ended up in no man's land. It's Pele! He has done it! They have come roaring back!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Sport Recife really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly...
Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock from that challenge. And somehow it stayed out. Recife get their fourth corner. And it's been taken short. Strong running down that left flank. And a shot! And now they can spring out of defence. Half-time getting close now. And he skips past his man. Marquinhos does really well to win the ball there. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's been cut out, well played. And it's slung out wide. Pass somewhat off target. Oh, there's a probing ball. And he cuts out the supply. Rafinha. It'll be a throw-in. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Eto'o gets into a good position. He's got away. Eto'o. De Ligt wins the duel this time. Oh, that's fabulous. Played in by Eto'o. Shot a goal! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And it's Roberto Carlos. And it's half-time here. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Flamengo really showed some resolve in that first half, Peter, after going behind. So I think the message from the manager will be quite a positive one. Keep going and keep doing what you've been doing, because it's pretty good.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. So we're into the second 45. Joelinton concedes a free kick for that. And he has taken a dim view of this, a second yellow, and that means red. Well, the protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Tries to pass it through, and he was alert to it. Cleared without complication. Well, that has not gone well. Davids. Now it's Drogba. Eto'o. Eto'o puts his foot on the gas. That's the keeper's ball.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Swings in across. Has a shot! Oh, good effort. He got plenty on that.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Two fresh faces and both in the front line.
Yeah, and it looks like quite a shake-up to the front line. Interesting. We'll see how it develops.
Threads one in. De Ligt calmly anticipates. Recife trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling part. Messi! He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. And here's Yamal. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And the pass is intercepted. Now, can they get him away? And this is Pele! Cleared without hesitation. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Pele unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Messi, great vision. Pass is just off target. Drogba. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Pele, and it's Drogba. That's a pretty loose pass. Lewandowski might just make this. And this is Eto'o. And he's lost his... And the shot! Goal! Flamengo! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive. The finish, exquisite.
Flamengo can now introduce the first of their substitutes. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, it's great commitment on show here.
Goes for the shot! And that's off target.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Plays a sharp little ball here.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Now there's a fine ball.
Flamengo surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Marquinhos. Aimed beyond the defence. That's a sharp pass. Messi. Ronaldo powering forward here. Messi. Conte, a man never lacking in drive or determination. Cristiano Ronaldo. And it's Cruyff. Pass somewhat off target. Koundé. Koundé looking to penetrate opposition lines. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Cannavaro demonstrating his defensive quality there. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. It's Lewandowski! And he's there to belt it away. Now it's Neymar. Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi. Not the most accurate pass. Conte. And the counter is on. Flamengo clearly now in lead preservation mode. That's at the end. So the winners, bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Terrific recovery, a really fine win that, Jim Beglin.
They've taken advantage of some complacency, Peter, but if you're offered a chance to...
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, I think it's hard to ignore this guy, Mike Manhã, Peter. You don't normally pick a goalkeeper as a potential match winner, but I think his consistency has to allow him an exception because I think he's just very solid in all aspects of his game, and he has a great relationship with this defence.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Well, five at the back, Jim. It does feel fairly defensively oriented, this formation.
Well, you could say it's a lineup that's all about creating positive transitions. The lack of width in midfield with just three in there makes the role of the fullbacks more crucial, or wing-backs. You have to have them constantly push up, forcing opposition players back and giving your team a little more freedom.
Easier said than done.
That's right, but it does work very well, provided you have the right players to pull it off.
And that gets things running. Rafael Leao. Davids. Just eases him off the ball. Rafael Leao. And here's Nkunku. And it's Richie. Nkunku! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Modric plays it short. Can he finish? It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Gets good distance on it. That's an imaginative pass. Modric with a beautifully timed run. Rijkaard. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Iniesta. Can he get on the end of this? Cantona!
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And here's Nkunku. Now it's Selmakers. Showing good feet. Fires it in low. Great vision. Well read. And the danger is averted. Iniesta. Iniesta goes steaming forward. Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao takes control of it and he's on the move. Knocks it out wide. Neither side yet able to find the net. No, he's just misjudged that one. And that was very necessary.
They've got to make this nice and quick. That's great positioning. So good from him.
And it's Selmakers. Stood up well to him there. Davids did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Cantona. Eto'o. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Oh, what has happened here? And this is Iniesta. Has a look and plays it forward. Richie. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Eto'o. He was under real pressure there. Iniesta. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And he lines up a cross. And it's been taken short. Iniesta crosses. Milan are looking to go forward now. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
15 minutes till half-time. Picked out brilliantly. And a chance! Goal! Flamengo! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, I'd rather praise the scorer than criticise the defence here. He stepped forth and conquered.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Nkunku picks it up out wide. Nkunku plays it in. Czech claims it, safe hands. Pavlovic.
Flamengo really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
And it's Nkunku. Cantona goes looking wide. It's played through for him. He's through now, is he? And a shot! It's in! And they're at it again in double quick time. More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
So that's 2 now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Flamengo have scored 2 quick goals here and are well and truly in the driving seat. Threads one in. Chance to deliver. Oh, important interception. Ricci. Salmakers. Modric. It's Fofana. Milan finding their passes. Played out wide. Estupinian. There's the whistle for half-time. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Flamengo really did kick on after getting that first goal. Could they have gone another one and killed the game off completely? Possibly. But as long as they can keep up the intensity, maintain the purpose levels, I think they'll get another chance soon enough.
Flamengo ahead 2-0 and they are looking good. And that's the start of another 45 minutes. Rijkaard. And it's Belletti. Iniesta. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Nice sequence of passes, this. Out towards the flank. Nice control. And he's gone backward here. Cantona. And the counter is on. Now it's Eto'o. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Eto'o showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Pinches it off him. Looking to play him in. Griezmann going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Cantona. Flamengo are 2 up early in the second half. And he's picked it up out wide. Modric. Pavlovic. And it's Modric. For Salamakers. Aimed beyond the defence. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Knocks it out wide. Salamakers. Aimed in towards the centre. Keeper has taken decisive action. Eto'o looking to add to his goal.
This is the time you need that pace.
Now this could be a chance. Tries to pass it through. Now there's a fight. He's having a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Ricci.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
And it's Salamakers. Ricci. For Salamakers. Passes short and sharp. Salamakers. Swings in across.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Fofana. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Fofana. Now then, the ball's come loose. He's on it. Can he get it? Can he finish? And the keeper couldn't hold it. Couple of changes then in quick succession. Modric goes short. Tries the cut back. Chance! It's in! And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Milan get themselves back into contention.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
And here's Eto'o. Rabiot does really well to win the ball there. Eto'o. Flamengo have a free kick. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score. And obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Griezmann! Tomori clears it away.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. That's a lovely, neat pass. And it's Fofana. Oh, a delicate chip through.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Now it's Griezmann. Thinks about... He's had a shot! That's going to go a long way. Hit into the middle.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. That's that, the end. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football, a real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Eto'o taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Flamengo perfectly played the hosts and the crowd. They set up to frustrate and stifle, but they were relentless whenever the opportunity presented itself at the other end. A cracking away day.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So it's away we go then. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's 4-3-3.
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
Look at the space. Cantona! Decent enough try.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Dink through. Doku has it in a wide position. Cordoba did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Rijkaard looking to penetrate opposition lines. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, and we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Yeah, time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come to expect the extraordinary from him.
We have.
Messi, the ball has bounced loose now. Eto'o.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And he's found a way past. Wan-Bissaka is the guilty party there. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here. Lacking in accuracy.
I was expecting him to play it in until I saw his run-up.
Oh, easy pickings there. That's gone for a throw-in. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Gravenberg. Mbappe. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now it's Eto'o. Now it's Neymar. That is good alertness.
That's going in strongly.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Nicely aimed pass. Flamengo have got it back and they'll have another go. And here's Cantona, and he's had a hit! Neymar. And it's Eto'o. Davis spots it and intercepts. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. And here's Cantona. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range.
Well, this is his opportunity to make the stage his own here.
Messi! And Czech pulls off a sensational save. Davids. Neymar.
Louisville have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
No luck with that dink over the top. Crunching tackle. Eto. Can he get on the end of this? There's the shot! Goal! Flamengo! And Flamengo take the lead. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So we have the first goal.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. And it's Messi. Plays a sharp little ball here. Can he finish? Oh, it's hit the post. And that would have been some goal.
Gravenberg clearly is trying to be too clever there. He should have gone with his instincts.
Davis kept his eye on it, and he's there. No way through. Davis gets across to intercept that. Well, that has not gone well. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Rijkaard promptly onto that, and that is that. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Over to the left. He's in space and looking for options. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that... And Messi! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. And we have our very first corner. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Flamengo are looking to go forward now. Now, can they get him away? Gravenberg. Gravenberg! Good effort, and it is right on half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Flamengo have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
That's a pretty loose pass. Marquinhos kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Oh, he's found support out wide. It's a goal kick. And it's McAllister. Looking to play him in. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Now there's a... And the shot! And he hits the net. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly. Oh, he's been caught napping. Vinicius Junior turns back here, probably the best option.
We're in for an intriguing second half now, contrasting moods that could reverse in a flash.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Not the most accurate pass.
They've got to make this nice and quick. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
McAllister, and he's chosen to go back. Messi. Oh, good spread. Mbappe gets into some space. Corner given. This their second corner of the game. Bastoni. And now a sudden chance to counter. And here's Mbappe. Neymar. And here's a player who has defined a generation. Nicely spread. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Davids has been given his marching orders. He had already been on a yellow card from a previous incident. Chips it through. Cantona. Ball's gone out of play. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Ah, good steal. He just read it. Flamengo perhaps contemplating their next change here. And it's Neymar. No, he's had it taken off him. Ambitious ball here. And this is Neymar. It's Neymar! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Can he stop it? Oh, what has happened here? This looks promising. McAllister. There's the header! Off the post!
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Vinicius Junior.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Shot could be on. Cleared away.
Louisville clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
A probing pass. Oh, he's been caught. Shot a goal! And it's in! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Swift, incisive, deadly, all done in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, I had a feeling we were going to see something like this, Peter. They're always looking to lure and lunge at you and hit you on the break, and it's very nicely done.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
And here's Rijkaard. Rijkaard has got himself a free kick. Now this is a potential flashpoint and the referee has his hands full.
Look, Peter, what they need now are cool heads and discipline, and instead it looks like they've got a liability in their side.
He's having a good look here. And this an opportunity to pull level. Van Bronckhorst!
Well, it wasn't a bad effort. I mean, you could see his intention. It just needed a bit more curl and bend to take it away from the goalkeeper.
Now it's Neymar. Gets a good foot in there. And this is Eto'o.
Flamengo really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain.
Oh, that's ambitious. Hits off target and by quite a way. So, time for changes on both sides, actually. So, a double change here, and both changes are offensive.
Yeah, and it looks like quite a shake-up to the front line. Interesting. We'll see how it develops.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but... On the finish! Sticks it away! They have stolen level at the last! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
And they're quick to get it back. And it's Wan-Bissaka. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Cross needs to be good. Real chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And that is as far as it goes. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks a winner, of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Flamengo can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. It is a deep, deep sea of yellow, beautifully effervescent yellow. That is what you're faced with when you come to Dortmund. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Italy is the country of great defenders, Peter, and this fella, Alessandro Bastoni, looks very much in line to be its latest representative. I think being an Italian defender, we all know he's very much from the school.
Just the goalkeeper to beat. Eto! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Complete awareness. He understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner and he picked them off instead.
Borussia Dortmund finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Mbappe. Azar. Oh, good take in a good area. They're back in possession and ready to go again. That has been slung wide. He's found a way through. Pass somewhat off target. Messi. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. And it's Scholes. Nicely weighted ball. He's having a go! Hits off target and by quite a way.
Yeah, but you only need to look across to the sideline to see what one makes of that, Peter.
Eto. Oh, well measured. And he tries a shot! Now, that's another chance! Drogba looks to get on the end of this. Pinches it off him. Now it's Drogba. Mbappe.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Well, that has not gone well. Alexander-Arnold. And here's Drogba. Mbappe. Messi. And it's Messi. Scholes, the man we've all come to watch. It's Drogba! They've scored! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Rijkaard did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
And this is Drogba. Messi. And he's had a hit. Well, now it's a race for the ball. And here's Mbappe. and he's been shifted off it. Messi.
Oh, really well played.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. David's really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Scholes. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Oh, nicely intercepted. Now that's well seen too. Scholes. And it's Messi. Scholes, who's set up one goal so far. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
This certainly looks appetising, well within... Roberto Carlos! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. It's out of play, and it is a goal kick. Messi. And here's Drogba.
Drogba really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Borussia Dortmund have it back and can go again. No luck with that dink over the top. And the counter is on. Hazard. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Oh, that is a nice touch. There's the whistle for half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half of football. It's 1-1, but it could easily be 3-3 or more. Breakneck speed brilliance.
That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. There's the whistle then to start the second half. Now it's Drogba. And that pass just didn't quite work. Beckenbauer. Cannavaro. That's good running with the ball. Plays a sharp little ball here. Decent chance! There it is!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here. Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
Borussia Dortmund take the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear
Drogba! Davids. And it's Hazard. Alexander-Arnold. And here's Drogba. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Van Bronckhorst. And he's only too happy to take that back. Beckenbauer. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. And that's put paid to a promising move. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. He's in a great position. It's Drogba! Just off target.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Threads one in, and this is Eto'o. Eto'o was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Scholes. Mbappe. And here's Drogba. Messi.
Flamengo may only be one behind, but they're showing much in terms of threatening parity.
Roberto Carlos. It's a promising position. And it's Roberto Carlos. Beckenbauer. Quality ball. Now it's Eto'o. He's got away. Eto'o! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Flamengo certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
That has ended up in no man's land. Well read, nice interception. Deftly out wide. Now he's got space here. Oh, they could be caught out here. Oh, good-looking ball. Eto'o. In with the challenge. Scholes. And it's Messi. Oh, he's found support out wide. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Cross in, looks like a good one.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Borussia Dortmund with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And this is Hazard. Alexander-Arnold. He's gone for goal!
Borussia Dortmund surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
And it's Drogba. Pelé. And that's really well manoeuvred. Drogba. And here's Mbappe. Great ball, it shapes to shoot! Davids. Oh, this looks sharp. Messi is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, and they have every right to be.
That's a sharp pass. Time is running out here.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Drogba has found the net here, of course. Shifted upfield. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And it's Hazard. Kukçu. And this is Drogba. Takes a shot! It's run in for the pieces. Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
Well, that would have asked some awkward questions of the keeper had it stayed on target.
Borussia Dortmund have their second corner now. They've played it short. Hazard. Good ball, good take. Messi. Pelé.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
No, that's been intercepted. That's a lovely, neat pass. Messi. That's a smartly directed ball. Drogba. The final seconds now. And that will be the final act. Flamengo can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to kill it off. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Flamengo, absolutely shocking here. Shockingly porous down the middle, which was painfully exploited, and that's left plenty for the manager to think about. A painful reminder of where standards really need to be.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. These high, steep stands at Signal Iduna Park really do create an intimidating environment for every visiting side. The action has already started. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Italy is the country of great defenders, Peter, and this fella, Alessandro Bastoni, looks very much in line to be its latest representative. I think being an Italian defender, we all know he's very much from the school of no nonsense.
Here's a chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Ronaldinho is offering a wry smile there.
Corinthians with the corner, they're first. Bebeto goes short. Flamengo have the chance to go the other way. That is a great pick out. That's the keeper's ball. And that is as far as they're going to go. Kukcu. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Conte. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
And it's Romario. And this is Bebeto. Belletti.
Bebeto really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Costa Curta gets over and intercepts. A heavy challenge. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Flamengo, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Alexander-Arnold. Kukcu engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Eto'o. Costa Curta cuts out the pass. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Romario receives, and he shoots! Goal! Corinthians! The breakthrough strike! That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
A 1-0 lead established.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And it's Eto'o. Now it's Romario. He's found a way through. Now it's Bebeto. Out to the right. Vitinha is the team's great visionary. And that has left him in a heap. Kukcu. Well, that is one way to stop him. Can he get it through? He might be in here. He's having a shot! He scores! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And he was quick to react. Kukchu does really well to win the ball there. Costa Curta. Bastoni. Here's Vitinha. And here's Romario. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. Eto'o. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Big chance! Goal! Flamengo! And the comeback is complete.
Yeah, but how about that coolness and confidence, Peter, to see where the keeper was and then produce a beautiful response?
Flamengo go into the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Goes for goal! Oh, just over.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
And he's let fly. And that is a routine catch.
Well, it was an ambitious attempt, but it'll keep the defence on its toes at least.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. That has ended up in no man's land. Now it's Drogba. And it's Davids. And no, that was never going to make it. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Flamengo come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. The midway point of the game.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess.
Flamengo head into the half-time break with a narrow advantage. It is 2-1. Here we go again. Costa Curta. Bastoni. Foot in. Ronaldinho. Romario. Eto receives it in a good position here. Bebeto. And it's Ronaldinho. Corinthians looking to pass their way through. Romario. Bebeto. And the shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corinthians have their second corner now. And now they can spring out of defence. Alexander-Arnold. Davids. Eto. That's good running with the ball. Bebeto. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Now it's Eto.
That was lovely, that.
He's through, now is he in? Oh, perfectly measured that. Drogba gets flagged offside. Costa Curta knocks it into space. Eto, who's set up one goal so far. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, that was vital. And that's really well manoeuvred. Now it's Bebeto. Now it's Kukçu. Look at the space here. Caught offside that time.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Ribéry. Beckenbauer gets across to intercept that. And it's Ribéry. Flamengo perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Alexander-Arnold. Beckenbauer. It's a good spell of possession, this. Mbappe! So, third corner of the game. Neymar, a player of legendary status. Now it's Pelé. And that's put paid to a promising move. Nice sequence of passes, this. Shapes to shoot! Now that is commitment to the cause. Corner number 4 coming up here. Flamengo are looking to go forward now. Now there's a fine ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Oh, he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Yellow or red? It is red. So seemingly that was deemed a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Yes, sadly he knew exactly what he was doing and he had to go with the risk.
He's shaping up to have a crack from here.
Well, he may well be lining up the knuckleball here. It is
Roberto Carlos! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Pressure stays on. It is a corner. Plays a sharp little ball here.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Can he finish? This looks promising. Has a shot! Hits off target and by quite a way.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
Bastoni wins the duel this time. Mbappe, shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Vitinha. Well read, nice interception. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, this looks sharp.
Corinthians really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Now it's Pele. It's Pele! It's in! And this is getting better and better. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish. Flamengo could not have picked a better time to snatch a two-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Kukcu. Shifted upfield. 4 extra minutes added on. Tries to pass it through. Thinks about the shot. Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. Flamengo have themselves a chance from the spot. Beckenbauer will have to save it here or there's real trouble. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the...
And that's it. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And we are absorbing the energy emanating from the stands of this grand stadium that is the Giuseppe Meazza. So it's down to business here. Diego Maradona, truly the brightest star in the footballing firmament. So I wonder what he has in store for us here.
Well, anything can happen with this man, Peter. He's in a league of his own, truly capable of winning matches, practically on his own.
Well, as he has done time and time again over the course of his career. So another masterclass today?
Here's hoping.
Plays a sharp little ball here. And this is Pele! Lovely idea, just didn't get it right.
Pele really would relish another crack at that same challenge, I suspect.
Well, that has not gone well. And the counter is on. Van Bronckhorst tries to play it through. Pele has it in a wide position. Adams. Passing nice and neat. Think it's Neymar! Well, both starting the game at a pretty decent tempo. Great vision. That's a pretty loose pass. And it's Davids. Oh, this looks sharp. Palmeiras have reclaimed it. Well timed, excellent interception. Van Nistelrooy. Neymar! It's bounced back off the post. Cruyff. Oh, played right into his path. Pele! It's Pele! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Flamengo really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Flamengo with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now they can spring out of defence. Van Nistelrooy. And this is Pele. Plenty of endeavour from either side, but not much of it in the vicinity of either goal.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
And he welcomes it in. He has found the way through. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Back into the... On the finish! He's beaten the keeper. It's there! And Palmeiras score first. Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Palmeiras have penetrated for the first time.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. And he was quick to react.
Flamengo really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
He's had a shot! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time. Corner number 2 then. Palmeiras are looking to go. Van Bronckhorst! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
So, third corner of the game. Pele with the short one. Now it's Pele, delivered. Oh, smashing header! Goal! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Oh, lovely header, but really it was all about the delivery.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well,
it's Pele! Goal! Flamengo! And the comeback is complete. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Flamengo take the lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Now it's Pele.
Oh, really well played.
Oh, that's fabulous. Pele with the header! He scores! And they're at it again in double quick time. Picked that one out. It was a bullet.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Flamengo go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Knocks it into space. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Adams kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Nicely weighted ball. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Tries a shot! This possibly the last play of the half. Searching pass he's played there. Played back in. And the referee brings the first half to a close.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Well, that has been... Here we go again. And it's Neymar. Can he get it through? Cruyff. So what can they make of this? Costa Curta. And it's Conte. And here's Haaland. And that's gone loose. Cruyff proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Vieira is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Sommer gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Mbappe. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Beckenbauer calmly anticipates. Mbappe. And no, that was never going to make it. Marquinhos, always a very imposing presence at the back. Pressing high and with purpose.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Can he get on the end of this?
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Calais! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Now, decent chance! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Beckenbauer. Cafu. Ball's out once more. Haaland. Gets a good foot in there.
They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And he's intervened well there. Conte. Now it's Haaland. Maradona. He's tried one!
We'll simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
And this is Cruyff. Van Bronckhorst. Haaland producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Vieira. And it's Maradona. Haaland. Pele. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
And he's picked it up out wide. Goes for a shot! Vieira goes looking wide. He's in a great position here. Takes a shot! He's been bundled over. That is a foul. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
He's shaping up to have a Maradona! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Brilliantly cut out. It's Neymar! And he's there to get it away. Cross from Caf. It's a mighty effort! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
He's on it. Can he get away? Neymar. And that is expertly dealt with. Not the most accurate pass. Davids. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And he was alert to it. Cordoba. Cruyff. He could be in, and he's had a hit! Oh! Fantastic! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done.